Hey guys, welcome to the How to Build series. Real quick, the reason it's dark is because I've decided that light behind me is just a little bit too aggressive. So if it's nighttime and I want to film until I find something else to do with that light, I'm going to be doing it like this because that light just really gets on my nerves. So I'm sure it gets on y'all's nerves too. With that being said, this is the How to Build series where I'm going through every single champion in the game and kind of putting out a quick tip, quick reference guide for newer, early, and maybe even some mid-level players who just need a reference, need a little bit of guidance on how to put a champion together and how to get the most use out of them. So I'm gonna talk about their stats. I'm gonna talk about their kit. We're gonna go through artifacts, and then I'm gonna kind of give a rating at the end. I won't be going into masteries. Because that can get a little convoluted and it can be very specific based on how you want to utilize a champion. So we'll talk about masteries as a whole in another video at another time. But again, this is just some guidance for some newer early players. So, quick disclaimer before I get started. I'm not saying that I know best. I'm not saying my way's best. I'm not saying I'm smarter than everybody else in the game. I just wanted to get some information out to help you guys because I know that I see a lot of people asking a lot of questions about how to how to artifact certain champions after they're pulling in, and there's just not a lot of guidance for that. So if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. If you're using a champion and you have some things to add to what I say or some corrections to make, maybe I misinterpret a skill, I'm not opposed to being told I'm wrong, and I'm not opposed to there being more helpful information in the comments, whether it's following up on what I've said or correcting something I've said. So, as I said, this is all just to help everybody progress and learn and get better. So I have rambled enough. Go ahead and get your notepads ready. Get ready on that pause and rewind because I'm going to kind of go through these quick. As I said, I got a lot of these to pump out. We're going to go through all the rares in the game, then all the epics, then all the legendaries. So we have a long way to go, but I will do every single champion in the game, rare and above at least. So let's go ahead and talk about Grandmaster. He is an HP champion in the Bannerlords faction. My first impressions on his stats are his base HP is really nice. His base defense is pretty good. He's got pretty nice base speed, some resistance in there. Pretty nice base stats, I gotta say, and he looks pretty dope. I like his I like his skin. So let's talk about his kit. He attacks one enemy 3 times, scales on attack. Attacks one enemy, has a 40% chance placing a 25% decrease attack buff on the target for 2 turns. So a 2-turn attack break, not bad. Then his third skill, attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of placing a provoke debuff on the target for 1 turn. So, provoke debuff, interesting. All of his skills scale on attack, and he's got a magic ally HP aura. So, it is unfortunate that everything he has scales off attack, because we're not going to be putting any attack on him. We're not paying attention to the attack. So he is not in the game to do damage. As far as I'm concerned, he's not on a team or in a fight to do damage. So this doesn't matter. Forget his first skill. Not relevant right now. We want some accuracy on him, so it's probably not a bad idea to throw 1 accuracy set in the mix. Beyond that, you want whatever combination of HP and defense sets you have that make him the tankiest. And the cool thing about provoke in this game is that it's a debuff you put on someone else rather than a buff you put on yourself. So there's pros and cons to having it both ways. So what's cool about it in this game is that you can still put some speed on him and this won't suffer. Generally, if it's a buff you put on yourself, you kind of want him to be slow because you want it to stay up as long as possible. But in this case, he's putting it on a target. So you could throw some speed on him. You could put speed on his boots. I wouldn't give him a speed set necessarily, but I would say some combination of HP, defense, and accuracy sets is what I would focus on this for guy. Shoot that HP up as much as you can get it. Get the defense up as much as you can get it without sacrificing HP. Get speed where you can find it, and then we want accuracy because we want him landing the debuffs. So HP percentage or defense percentage on the gloves, HP percentage or defense percentage on the armor, and then speed or HP percentage or defense percentage on the boots. And again, any combination of HP set, defense set, and accuracy set that you want to throw on him, that's great. But the stats you really want to focus on for this guy are HP percentage, defense percentage, accuracy, and then speed. I still don't think he needs to be super fast, because again, he's really just trying to throw debuffs up, and once he gets them up, you know, this is a 2-turn, and then this provoke will make whoever he lands it on have to default skill him on their next turn. They don't get to choose a skill, and they don't get to choose a target. They just automatically do whatever their first skill is. So, the 2-turn attack break would be nice in some dungeons. I'm honestly not sure how provoke works in this game. I don't know if you can provoke a dungeon boss. I assume you can. I don't see why you couldn't. But I think a lot of the dungeon bosses hit AoE anyway, so it's really not that big of a deal. He's not bringing a ton earlier game to the clan boss. Maybe later with that triple hit first skill and the attack break. He's bringing some nice utility to the clan boss fight. But again, he's also got a very selfish aura. I don't like auras that are particular to a certain affinity, so magic ally HP. I don't like when it leaves out the other affinities, because there's so many champions that just have auras that affect their allies, and then maybe it's only in dungeons or maybe in arena, or in some cases it's all battles. But I don't generally like the auras that are kind of selfish like this. So really cool kit, and going to be really easy to shoot his stats up. I mean, both of his stats are really good, so you're going to be able to make him take some real damage, some real shots. He's really going to be able to take some punches for your team. So it would be nice if he scaled off HP or defense in his damage. He would be much better on my chart. But I think we're going to put him at at 5 out of 10. I think he's pretty standard, average, run of the mill. Not bad, not amazing. I think you'll outgrow him fairly quick. Again, maybe way later game with this triple hit first skill, when you're way down his mastery tree, and we're talking about, you know, maxing out masteries. Then maybe he's got some interesting stuff going on for clan boss. But there's probably going to be someone with a 3-hit main skill that's also bringing way more utility to the fight, other than an attack break, because I don't imagine provoke is going to do much for you in a clan boss fight. But again, I'm not familiar, and I can't find a lot of documentation on that. I haven't tested it out myself, so I'm assuming you can't provoke the clan boss, and if you could, it wouldn't matter, because he does a lot of AoE. So 5 out of 10. If you get him early on, build him up. Again, he's a fantastic tank. His stats is going to be real easy to make him tanky, and certainly get some use out of him in the dungeons as well as campaign. He's particularly on the boss stages. He's going to do a really good job of keeping your team safe and staying alive. He's going to be really hard to kill, especially if you've got a healer with him. So that's it for Grandmaster. As I said, if you have any questions or any thoughts to add, drop them in the comments below. I appreciate you watching. If this wasn't your champion is coming. I promise. I'm going to do every champion in the game, so bear with me as I pump these videos out. I hope it was helpful. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.